Alright guys, we're live and we're just going to selfie this one because we cannot be asked to set it up any other way. Go on man, net looks so square. Look at that. Anyway,
Time, come on.
time.
We're keen to get this done because we're getting up at 5 tomorrow because we shot ourselves in the foot by saying we're going to roll into DC 5.
I said we shot ourselves in the foot.
That seems not working.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
So we have to get up really early.
Yeah, because we're planning to be in DC for 12 for you guys, so it's 5 o'clock your time, which means we have to be there at 12, and it's 60 miles, and today we were going at 10 miles an hour along the rubbish trail, so...
But that's yesterday.
Back to yesterday.
Where did we... There was when we had pizza.
Cumberland.
Not much else happened to fair after our pizza.
What did we...
Watched
When did we finish? Oh my gosh, we were in the hotel.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Oh, it was the best night of my life. And the weird thing was, we were saying, we spent like stupid amount of money on this room, and you kind of feel entitled to a good night's sleep having spent that much money. And neither of us slept well because there was so much salt on that pizza that we...
Pizzas.
Yeah, on those pizzas, yeah, we had 4 between the two of us. And so we had like the dry as mouths, and we kept getting up to get water, and then yeah, it was really, and then the room was really hot. Then I turned it down, and then James got up later and turned it down even more. So we woke up in like an ice age, and woke up. Buffet breakfast was amazing, gorged on that. Had like lay until like 7 because we thought today was going to be more straightforward because it was completely flat and 110 miles, and we ate a load. We ate loads and loads and loads, muffins, waffles. We overpoured the waffles and it came streaming down the waffle making machine, and smoothies, and that Visma smoothie that the chef was really
It's quite
proud of.
nice, yeah.
It was quite nice. And yeah, then we headed off with our ridiculously muddy bikes through this gorgeous 4-star Hilton hotel, checked out, grabbed a few apples, and we were on our way downhill, down the trail. Had a bit of trouble finding our way out of Cumberland. We were
Through a
like,
train station.
literally, we went over the tracks to the other platform before we realised that actually the trail was back the other side of the platform. We got on the trail, and we were going to be on it for the next 40 miles, just in one stretch, and it was dreadful.
Horrendous.
Yeah. It was literally like at points like just going through the biggest puddles that half your tyre would sink into it. Your shoe was soaked.
You know, I was thinking it's a miracle that neither of us fell off, because so many times I saw on your bike and happened to me, you just went out somehow, and we didn't puncture. I don't know how.
No idea how that hasn't happened yet.
Just no.
Yeah, we're gonna say we have so much that's taboo that we're saying tomorrow once we've finished it all, once our bikes are packed and boxed and all the rest of it. Yeah, because literally these parts are so muddy, and so they're so thick with mud, and they slow you down and your tyre kicks out, and because they're such thin tyres they have no grip on this sort of surface. So yeah, how we didn't fall out of neither. There's one time when, because I was following James, and then you kind of slowed and put your foot out because it was so thick that it was just impossible to pass, and so I had to slow to a stop. But I was in the middle of the puddle, not at the end, so my foot just sort of sank into the mud and the water, and that was great.
It was pretty rubbish today.
It was awful.
We went on that for. It was a good while, so it was probably just before lunch, wasn't it?
It was 30 miles until Pawpaw,
yeah,
if not more.
And then we had the tunnel.
Yeah, so we reached Pawpaw, which was kind of fun, and we stopped for the break and realised, and when we got going again, we stopped for like 10 minutes, and when we got going again, there were literally benches like 20 metres down the road. But we got that photo of the Pawpaw sign, went through the tunnel, which we were warned was like this mile and a half long, like curving tunnel, which was pitch black, and it wasn't that bad at all compared to some of the ones we've done, like the Snoqualmie one way back at the beginning. But it was pretty narrow because it was a canal tunnel, and so there's a really narrow path with like a wooden fence on one side and a stone wall on the other, and there's some guys like walking by, and James just blitzed straight past them, and it was so like uneven within the tunnel, and so it's shocking, absolutely shocking. Whacked on the torch went out, whacked on the flashlight, eventually made it through. That's all on the GoPro. It was going to be a really boring 4 minutes of footage, but It was kind of terrifying. But we got out of that, and then the path got even worse because we were like, as it gets closer to Chicago, it must get better. They must invest more to DC. Wow, yes, we're in DC tomorrow. That's what was cool. Was my godfather messaged me this morning saying, "Oh, I can't wait to see you tomorrow." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna be there tomorrow." That insane. Yeah, so do I. Yeah, anyway, and the path got even worse. Literally, mountain. It wasn't even a road at all.
It was rocks.
Yeah,
a collection of rocks.
And at one point we reached this point and went downhill, and James's tire, because it was so jaggedy, James's tire slipped off this one ledge and went down with the other, and that like really scary moment. And
it was awful. So then that was 30 miles, and there's about another 30 on from there.
Yeah.
So about 50 miles, we then hit concrete.
Yeah.
Which is the most amazing feeling.
Oh, it's so, because we stopped and we were like, oh, where's this taking us now?
Yeah.
Onto another trail. Is it going to be worse?
And it was just flat concrete all the way into lunch.
It's so amazing.
And then we stopped at the bike shop, and I went in and just asked, does the trail get better, does it get worse? And apparently went back to gravel.
Yeah, in about
So we had lunch in
miles.
Subway, as always.
Yes.
Our last
we
one.
hit the thing, and James was like, let's go to this gas station. There was literally a Subway right there, for all his observation. That was quite. And we went in and we got the breakfast stuffs as always.
Yep.
And headed and got the full meal deal because we were feeling. It was our last lunch of the trip on the road. Yeah, we had.
We ate our last ham sandwiches yesterday without even realising.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do without
No
this ham
love
sandwich.
lost there.
And then, but
so then we got back onto the
emotion was slightly lost from the manager.
Oh yeah.
It was awful.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, we saw loads of tortoises.
Yes.
We saw they were just swimming about in the river or the canal or whatever it is, and they were chilling. And we tried to take photos, but then they just I tried to take photos, and then they just dove off as soon as we stopped, which was kind of gutting. But they're swimming about in the water, and they're really cool. And then we saw one on the road, which was sick because we were on that concrete bit, and there was just one just chilling on the side. And then James went and said hi to it, and did his best tortoise impression. They looked like one and the same, just two mates hanging out. But the tortoise got a bit shy and hid away in its shell, but it was alive, we promise you, because it was like waddling about when we went by. And
so then we got back on the concrete trail.
We got back on the concrete trail.
Concrete trail for 10 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, then became gravel again, and then we came off at what was it called?
Something pool. Brigid pool or something. Big pool.
Big pool.
Yeah.
And then we just followed roads all the way through to Williamsport, was it?
Williamsport, yeah.
Where we came back.
A lot more up and down though, like.
Yeah.
But we way preferred that to the trail.
Yeah.
Just was so used to it. Yeah, so used to that as well. Oh, but my thing couldn't go up on the big ring, so it was really rubbish because on the downhill, basically I was just spinning, so I just had to tuck all the time to try and keep up. Like if I on any downhill at all, just like instead of pedaling usually, and I looked ridiculous. There were these really small hills, and I was just tucked down into an aerodynamic position. But yeah, and then we got to Williamsport.
Back on the trail. And then we were going to come off the trail and do some more road.
Yeah.
And then thought actually it's so nice and the sun was setting, and we thought we were going to go, which is good. So we got back on the trail, and then we were 2.5 miles.
It was gorgeous. It was this canal road.
Yeah.
It was amazing. We got into literally 2.5 miles from Ferry.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It was so like there were rocks. It was all rocky and craggy, and people kayaking, like trees growing out in the river. It was amazing. But so I stopped to take a photo, obviously, and then there was then look back, and one of my water bottles was missing, and
one of his like $3.99 Sports Direct water bottles that we wouldn't need tomorrow was missing.
It was SIS. It was high quality.
$3.99.
Exactly.
£4. That's the Sam decided to go back and
so
get it.
I obviously need all these 4 water bottles for a massive 60-mile ride tomorrow. So I started pedaling back. So the last time one came out and it was like half a mile back, and then I just came back.
Yeah, beginning of the trip.
At the beginning of the trip. Yeah, that's true. And I went back, and then I kept going back. I went back for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, well, I've come so far now that if I don't find it and just turn back, it's going to be such a waste of time. So I kept going back, and then I met this a runner, and I was like, oh, have you seen my water bottle? So he's like, yeah, it's like a mile that way. I was like, well, I've come like 2.5 miles, so I might as well go another mile. And then kept going, past like all this rubbish road on the canal routes, and like all being dug up to be repaved, and found it. And it was like, it's like finding the lost lamb. It was such a moment. And I came racing back, and much to James was in a mood. And it was so funny because your phone was, so his phone was on low percent. And so I handed him my phone to use for the maps because James was on navigation today. And I opened my phone, and to string them, because my phone was on silent, to string of messages getting more and more like worked out. Like, Sam, where are you? Sam, please come back. Sam, there's
minutes.
And then it was like, Sam, where the hell are you?
Getting this bottle you didn't even need. But anyway, we then rolled. Oh no, well, we didn't roll in. We carried along this trail, and we carried our bikes up.
We met the geese.
Oh, yeah, well, I just don't like geese. I like eating geese, and that's it.
This is the guy who chatted about running with the bear. And just chilling with the bear for the. And
bears
we
will
meet
break
some
your
geese.
legs.
They'll just rip your throats out.
Nasty. So the geese insignificant. We then went on, took the bikes up onto this rail.
There's a really funny
bridge.
GoPro footage to come, which
went across the rail bridge,
out.
down the rail bridge, and then we thought we'd done all the climbing. So there's a big climb out.
Yeah.
And we sort of spun
up the highway.
Thought, that's it, awesome, done.
Because it said 200 feet.
And then we turned off that highway. There's another hill. Got to the top. Okay, it's all done. Turned left. There's another hill. Turn right, and there's another hill.
And I was looking back like, James, where are we going? I thought he's taking the mick at this point. I looked back after expecting him to have stopped at the house and be like, got you. That's for going back for the water bottles.
It was just so
it was,
And then we got here, and it was awesome.
It was amazing.
Washed our bikes.
Oh, our bikes look so fresh.
Had an amazing
with power hose, pasta pesto, which we've been dreaming of.
A load of salad and garlic bread. And then we went and chilled at, what was it called? The something bar?
I don't know the name. Yeah.
Sort of a local bar in the bar.
Yeah.
Where these musicians were playing jazz music, and everyone rocked up and just sort of started playing as well. It was really cool.
And they all stoned. It was so funny. And and I met this guy from High Wycombe, and his mum was from Giles Cross as well, which was mad. Like the coolest coincidence. So I had a little chat with him, and we met all of Gary's friends, and came back, and there's like some mad lighting going on, fireflies as well. So it's like a really cool setting, and. Yeah.
Now we're going to go to sleep.
About
5 hours before we're up.
We're going to wake up and hit TC. And
Josh is waiting. It's live Instagram. It's really cool. So tomorrow, 5 PM British Standard Time.
Tune in. Be there. And Josh, you're amazing. We love you.